Hey y'all, Kaya here of WayUp Goodies, and today we are going to make some banana bread. Now my favorite thing about banana bread is that you can change up so many of these ingredients. Like you can add a different kind of add-ins, you can use different kind of flour, you can use different kind of sweeteners, butter, coconut oil, vegetable oil, whatever. It's super simple. Of course, we are going to infuse it. We're going to infuse it with some canna sugar and some canna oil and canna butter. And we're going to try it, see how it comes out, I guess. All right, so we have here a half a cup of all-purpose flour. You can use almond flour, you can use cake flour, whatever you want. It doesn't really make a difference. I have had it all kinds of ways, all kinds of flour. Here we have a quarter cup of light brown sugar and a quarter cup of regular sugar, a granulated sugar. So it's regular white sugar, and we mixed it in with a little bit of our infused canna sugar. We have here a half a cup, so one stick of, if you want to do all butter, which you can, it would just be one stick of butter, 8 tablespoons. But what we did is we did 4 tablespoons of butter, our canna butter, mixed in with 4 tablespoons of our canna oil. So we did it this way just because we didn't want too much butter. Trying to cut back on butter, stuff like that. So we're just going to split it with canna oil. Now you can do this recipe with all canna oil, coconut oil. Now you can do this recipe with all coconut oil or all butter or whatever you want. This banana bread is easily adjustable. You can have it tons of ways. Just the possibilities are endless with banana bread. Here I have a half teaspoon of salt. I have half teaspoon of cinnamon, as well as nutmeg and a little bit of allspice. Now I might go in after adding this in the end and add a little bit more cinnamon and stuff, just because you can't go wrong with cinnamon. I have here a teaspoon of baking soda, okay, and 1 room temperature egg. Okay, we're gonna lightly beat that egg, and then the star, well, besides the cannabis, the other star, the bananas. Okay, so you're gonna need a 1.5 to 2 cups of bananas. We'll do like a 1.5 cups. So you want your bananas to be ripe, okay? Ripe, but not completely rotten. But the riper, the better. You want that to be sweet. So I have heard that if your bananas aren't ripe, then you can put them in the oven for I think like 15 minutes on 250, and it's supposed to ripen them. But I don't know how true that is. I've never done it. I've had so much banana bread in my life that I don't know if I've ever tasted any where people have ripened their bananas in the oven, but I've never had a bad banana bread. So I guess we'll see. Okay, and then I have walnuts. These are going to be my add-in. Just some chopped walnuts, not chopped too small. I got rid of, like, the itty-bitty pieces. Just personal preference. Jeez. Okay, walnuts. Now, I've had banana bread with dried fruit, chocolate chips. I wish I had chocolate chips. I would have did chocolate chips and walnuts, but didn't want to run to the store. It is raining. It is cold. I'm just going to use what I have here. So yeah, like I said, you can do dried fruit, you can do whatever. If you don't want to do all sugar, you can do honey, whatever you want. It's completely up to you. Like I said, this recipe is so easily adjustable. Yeah, really, I just want to make sure it's got my cannabis in it. All right, my meds. So now let's get into this. Let's make some banana bread. Oh, I almost forgot. This here, a, loaf pan, okay? This butter, I'm just gonna use to grease my pan. Grease that. You wanna grease that ahead of time, so that it's ready for you. And then we got a little flour that we're gonna use to coat the pan, all right? I don't think we're gonna use all that butter, but whatever. It is what it is. Oh, and we are gonna add, of course, a little bit of vanilla. And I think that is it for ingredients. Oh, our oven is on 350. Preheat your oven to 350. Yeah, and this thing is gonna bake for like an hour, y'all. But let's get into it. Let's start. All right, y'all. So, we are going to take care of our bananas. Okay. Oh, look at that. That is not too bad for a banana bread banana. Okay. Now you can mash yours up in a bowl, whatever, however you want to do it. But I am going to mash mine on this plate and then measure it out. Okay? Get a good mash. Smells like bananas. Now, funny thing, I am not really a banana person. I will eat bananas if it's mixed into something. So I will eat bananas in a smoothie. I love bananas in smoothies. Especially a good, delicious infused smoothie. I love bananas in smoothies. I like bananas and cakes, breads, muffins. Banana pudding. But I do not like bananas by themselves. I love the smell of them, but not so much the texture, I guess, or the taste by themselves. I don't know. All right. Almost. So I am just going to do this with the rest of my bananas till I get the amount that I need, which is 1.5 cups. All right, y'all, we're back. We have mashed up our bananas. I mashed 3.5 bananas, so that made about a little over 1.5 cups. So 1.5 cups and extra. I always like to do a little bit extra. And now we have our butter and our coconut oil, and we are going to melt this, okay? So we melted our butter, and we added into our mashed bananas. And we're just gonna slowly mix that. I forgot to hit record when I put the butter in. That's okay. I know y'all understand. Okay, that looks good. Now we have our sugar. So we gonna mix in. Let's get that brown sugar in there good. Okay. Take your time. Not all at once. And then we have our egg. Room temperature egg. Okay. Okay. We just gonna lightly whisk that. Now we're gonna whisk it before we put it in here because we don't want to really over mix. Okay. Over mix the bananas and stuff. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah. Lightly whisked. Pour that up in there. Alright. Get that mixed. Alright. Now this is my first time making banana bread. I'll eat it a lot when other people make it, friends or family or whatever. This is my first time making it. Just wanna get that mixed, that egg mixed in there. Ooh, we do not want to forget the vanilla. A little bit, I don't know, but yeah. That looks good. Oh, it smells good. Alright. So now we're gonna set this aside. Get started on our dry ingredients. Alright, so simple. We have our cup and a half of flour. Now, you can use, I'm using all-purpose flour. You can use almond flour. I've had banana bread made with almond flour. I'm not really sure if you would have to change up any other recipes, but it was delicious. Made by a friend. Okay. Oh, I put in our baking soda. And then I have here some salt. Teaspoon of salt. Half teaspoon of salt I did. And then we have some cinnamon and some nutmeg. Now you don't have to add those things, but whenever it's cold and rainy, I'm always craving something with some cinnamon, some nutmeg, you know. So we get that mixed well up in that. Okay. Alright. I smell cinnamon and I smell allspice. Alright. Alright. Now, we are going to mix in our dry ingredients. Of course, taking your time, not over mixing. Do not pour all of your flour in at once. It gets clumpy and we don't want that. That's a mess. There we go. There we go. Okay. All right, look at that. All right. Go on, Kaya. Okay, now let's add some nuts. I didn't chop my nuts too small. I didn't want little itty bitty pieces, but I didn't want giant pieces either. Just gonna mix that in. So you want to make sure your add-in is the last thing that you mix in. Excuse me, could you want Yeah, let's go on and just put them all in. You want everything else to mix well. The flour and the banana and the sugar and everything. Right. Look at that. I don't know, that looks right to me. Alright, but I gotta leave it alone so it don't overmix. Right? But you can't. It's pretty. Alright. Now, let's get this in the oven. Alright, here we have our greased loaf pan. Alright, we just got a little flour in there. Getting it on the sides, in the bottom, in the corner. To help, you know, keep it from sticking. Help it release easier. We'll see. Okay? Alright. We have our delicious banana bread batter. Okay. Let's try to do this with my right hand. We're just gonna fill that baby up. Okay. And our oven is on 350. Now, this is gonna cook for an hour. Bake for an hour or so. Sometimes it takes longer. We're gonna stick a toothpick in it in about 50 minutes to see where it is. Now you stick your toothpick in at the 50 minute 1 hour mark, and it comes out wet or has some crumbs on it and the crumbs are wet, you know, too wet, you're gonna leave it in. I would say about, 5 minutes at a time, because it's tricky with these bananas. All right, that is that. So it can take longer than an hour, maybe shorter than an hour, 45 minutes, depends. Okay, we're gonna put this in the oven and we're gonna check on it. I almost forgot. Put this on the middle rack, not the bottom rack. We don't want the bottom to burn and the middle is all raw. 350 for about an hour or more. Let's go. Alright, y'all, so our oven stopped 50 minutes. Ooh. Alright, I have a toothpick that we're gonna stick inside. Oh no, that needs more time. See, it's kind of wet. Yeah. Alright. So, okay. Oh, it smells so good in here. We left this in for 5 minutes. Oh, that looks better. New toothpick, okay. 5 minutes rather than 10. Oh yeah. I'm always nervous about it. Things not being cooked. So I check like a couple times and just different cases. My fear is always to cut into something and then it's not cooked. Okay, but I think that's cooked. I think that is done. It looks pretty. Oh no, my rack fell. Let me fix that. Okay, so cooling rack. There we go. Whoop. And we're gonna let that sit for 10 minutes on a cooling rack. So I just use these things. These are just quart cooling racks. I just set my metal cooling rack on it just to elevate it a little bit so we can get a little air movement underneath. And we're gonna leave that on there to cool for 10 minutes before we take it out of, I gotta touch it, out of the pan. Ooh, but it looks like it's gonna pull away easily. All right, calm down. Let's wait, do it right. We're gonna wait 10 minutes, then we're gonna take it out, and then we're gonna cool it for another 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes, and then we're gonna cut it. It might not be 15 minutes because it smells so good, okay? And then we're gonna get into this cannabis infused banana bread. All right, we shall return. All right, so this has been, oh, it smells so good. It has been cooling for about a little over 10 minutes, honestly. I started doing something else, and so that's that. Now we are gonna take it out of this, and we just wanna get it from around the sides, loosen it a bit, and the hope is that it pops out. That's the hope. Okay, let's see. Oh my good gracious. That smells so good. Okay, so now we're gonna sit it here. We are going to let it cool a little more. It smells like banana and vanilla, a little cinnamon. Oh my goodness. All right, but we're gonna let it cool for a little bit longer, 10-12 minutes, and then we're gonna cut it. All right, then we're gonna cut it. I can't stop touching it. That looks like something. All right. And we have our bread, banana bread. So let's cut. I'm nervous. Looks moist. Smells good. So good. That banana and that canna butter and that coconut oil. And it's moist from the banana and of course the butter. And there we go. Ooh, moist. So the key is to let it cool a little more. But obviously I couldn't wait. I had to get a little taste of that. Got some walnuts in there. That is good. I am not disappointed with that. See, that's why you let it cool. Warm a little bit so it don't fall apart on you. But that's all we have. Thank you for watching. And don't forget to like and share with your friends. Okay? Peace.